We just finished. All right, first impressions. This pack is dangerous. Oh my God, it's dangerous. Give me a second to explain. Oh. Welcome back to the show, guys. As always, my name is James. Thank y'all for tuning in. I do love y'all. I got some things to talk about. Alright guys, this right here is a new Eberlestock Modframe. Now, we're going to kind of talk a little bit about it. This is brand new to me. I just got it in. As you can see, it has a tag on it. Let's go ahead and take that thing off. It's brand new to me. I'm very excited about it for a few different reasons. But I guess let's get into the pack. At least my first impressions of it. We'll kind of talk about what I can see visually. And then as I get to using it, I like to come back and talk about it. But right now, I've never used this thing. I've only tried it on. But this is kind of my initial impressions of everything that's different between this one and the main frame right here that I've been using. So let's talk the differences between the Eberlestock mainframe and the Eberlestock Modframe. Now, what I want to say here is some of the stuff that caught my eye right off the gate are how high the load lifters are here. And basically what that does, it does a couple things to me. It kind of helps stabilize the top of the pack, but it also kind of helps take some pressure off of the top of your shoulders, kind of keep them from burning as much. One thing I will say is you have a much thicker shoulder strap on the mod frame than you do on the on the mod frame than you do on the main frame. Now, one thing I will say on the mod frame is these straps can be adjusted up or down. Basically, they are velcroed in. Now, this strap does hold them into the velcro, so they will never let go, but you can work your fingers in back behind the straps from the top and the bottom. Work your hands in behind them, and then you can kind of move your straps up and down as you feel the need to make an adjustment. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm not going to make any adjustments to them. I'm going to run it just like it is, at least a couple times, put some miles on it, see how I like it. If I don't like the way it fits, then I'll make some adjustments at that point. Now, one thing I will say is our little chest strap here. I like the fact that it goes completely around the strap as opposed to this one here. This one here is just attached here, and when you pull it, I liked it, but the problem is I did lose one. Somehow it came loose when I was at Buchanan Dam spotting for All Dads. When the next day when I got home, or actually when I got home, I realized that these were no longer, I believe it was this one here, was no longer attached to the pack. So I ordered another pair for like $6. Not a huge deal, but I do like the fact that this one is completely encompassed around the strap. I don't feel like it'll ever come off. If it does, something went wrong. All right, guys, as far as the lower lumbar of this thing goes, as far as the lower portion of this pack goes, as far as the padding here on the lower lumbar on the mod frame, it is twice as thick as it is here on the main frame. As far as your weight belt, your waist belt goes, it is twice as thick padding as it is on the main frame. Now, one thing I will say is on the lower lumbar pad here, it does have some silicone rubber to kind of help it grip on your clothes and not be, it basically allows your clothes to kind of stay in place. Once this thing is cinched down, your clothes aren't going to move around. They're going to stay cinched. And what I mean by that is, at least on the main frame, I had a tendency for my shorts to kind of ride down, or even my pants to ride down a little bit when I was hiking, which always got on my nerves. So I'm really interested to see how well this little rubber grip works. As far as the strap goes, I do like what they did with the mod frame, because when I go to cinch my belt, it's easier to cinch it this way than it is for me to grab it from the front and try to pull back. I can never seem to really get it really cinched down too well on this one, but with this one here, that is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. Now we look at the straps in and of itself, the way the straps here are designed as opposed to the mainframe. These are designed to These are designed to give you some room here around your neck, to kind of come around your neck, but then they come in closer to your chest, which I think is going to be nice. I really didn't have an issue with this one here getting like rubbing on my neck, but I do like the fact that they kind of give you a better design here around the chest. I'm really hoping to, I really can't wait to try it out here in a few minutes to see how she does, but that is their idea behind those straps, which I think is phenomenal. Now we slide over to the back of the, well, now I will say, I'm going to take a quick note here, and this is after a little bit of use. If you notice this bag of corn is kind of sagging down, I'm going to go ahead and let it off the ruck, simply because I need to transfer it to this other ruck. But I want you to notice how it starts to sag down after a while. Gravity's a beast, man, and gravity is eventually going to pull that stuff down. All right, guys, as far as the back of this mod frame goes, I do like what they did here. Now, if I remember what I showed you on the main frame, how the bag of corn just kind of sags down. No matter how many times I restrap it, as I'm hiking, as I'm going up or going down, that corn just, that gravity just pulls down, and it just goes down, 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 lower, lower on your back, and it's not good. So I like the way Eberlestock has changed what they're doing here. And basically, you have 3 straps. Now, these 3 straps here are interchangeable or movable, I should say. And basically what you do is you push here, pull out there, push here, pull out there, and just like that, it comes off. And basically you can move these straps here, these 3 that are like this, one top, one in the middle, one at the bottom. You can move them up to here, you can move them down. There's like 7 different stations that you can move these straps into if you want to modify the way your strap is on your back, or the way your strap is holding your gear, or even the quarters, whatever you're calling out. If you want to modify it, it is completely modular. How about that? And just like that, they go back in. And you'd have to, if you move this side, you got to move this side as well. Not a huge deal, guys. We're gonna get into that here in a second. What I do like, the fact is basically what I would imagine. This one right here, this one right here coming off. Corn is here. Because I started using corn to work with, simply because it was a lot easier than getting all of my gear out, and because I'd have to put my gear in and out of the bag, and it was really getting on my nerves because I didn't really want to go back and forth with it. So what we're going to do is run a little bit of an experiment today as we're testing this bag out. And I really want to put some time under it. See how she's going to do today. Bag's getting dusty today. So one thing they do have, and what I do like, is these auto locking buckles. Now, the 3 straps that are removable have the same buckle as this guy right here. What I mean by auto locking, you do this, it is not coming undone. It doesn't matter. What you have to do is you have to come here, push this tab down, and then it will free in and out, guys. So that's what I mean by auto locking. I heard him say it on the channel, but I didn't know what that meant. I was like, all of them lock down, but no, these actually lock down. Like, there's no moving it once it's locked down. So then you have to take this tab, and boom. Now, it should settle a little bit down in this pocket, but even then, even if it settles a little bit down in here, this whole pocket here is going to keep the weight up high where it should be. So that's basically it. Now, if I wanted to, which I probably will, because I don't want them just floating around, not buckle in, what I'm going to go ahead and do is do these straps over the top. So right now, I'm realizing that this last buckle is just too low. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this buckle off the bottom. I'm gonna move it to the top one so I get a nice secure band across the top. Push the bottom in, pull that tab out. This is the way I do it, guys, right here. So I push up here, pull out there, and boom. Then you just move it to the next one. The way I have it set up right now is this strap along the bottom is useless. So I move it up here, need work, find work, and I can use it across the top here, which will help stabilize the load up top a little more. Just like that. We're locked and loaded, baby. Ready to go. Make sure everything sits down. All right. So just like that, we have a load. And in theory, all our weight should stay high because of this pocket. Now I do expect it to settle down in here a little bit, but not a lot. Simply because we do have it pretty cinched down at top. Then we'll probably fill up this loose stuff here as we hike around. It is corn, it's not meat, but when you have deboned meat, it's not exactly a really good structure either. But regardless, I feel like corn kind of gives me that, like I'm hiking around a quarter or some meat, you know, or gear. It just gives me weight to put on the back. And let's go see what this pack has. Let's go see what this pack can do. So I am extremely curious and anxious. Guys, I'll see y'all when I'm done. It's gonna take me about an hour and a half to get through this thing because it's a workout. But regardless, I'll see you about an hour and a half. Okay. We just finished. All right. First impressions. This pack is dangerous. Oh my God, it's dangerous. Give me a second to explain. So what does it look like after hiking 3 miles with either gear, quarter, whatever it may be? So the corn settled a little bit in that pocket like I said it would. It's taking up all the slack, but regardless, this pocket still kept it up high. Still kept it up higher on the body, which is good. Very good for saving your lower back. Now, the other things that I was really impressed with were the load lifters here. It is a great height. I'm 6'2", 6'3", depending on the day, depending on the scale. But regardless, the load lifters were perfect for me. And when I really realized it was when I was doing shrugs back there on the hex bar. I do deadlifts, burning out, and I burn out with shrugs. And then I come here and I do a squat with the combo of Viking press. Even coming up with the Viking press, like it is, you hardly feel the straps at all. Like they're there, but you don't, there's a gap there. It's pulling the, what I'm getting at is, the way this one was, regardless of how much tension I had up on this thing, these things always sit on my shoulder. So when I'm doing shoulder presses, or a Viking press I should say, on this shoulder right here, I would always feel some slight pinch, and you can always feel the straps. With this one here, you almost don't feel the straps on there. Like when you go full extension, like, okay, the straps are still there and it's on your body, it hadn't fallen off. But it's nice having that high low lifters up high, so no matter how tall you are, no matter your body shape, you can help lift these straps up, and it's really nice. Like, it is phenomenal. And what I mean by this pack is dangerous, I mean that 100%. And this is why. When I started going, this ruck felt really light, like exceptionally light. And I've been rucking with this thing, and I thought, okay, am I getting stronger? Is it the pack? I don't know. But I thought I could add weight to this thing. And then by the end, my body's still going through the work, still putting in the work with the same amount of weight. And by the end, I was still very tired. So what I will say is even though the pack feels good, it's gonna feel like, man, I can add easily more weight to this thing. You probably can, but just know your limits, know how far you got to go, how much weight you're carrying, and you don't want to overexert yourself to where you either injure yourself or something else. At the moment, I'm kind of tired, but at the same time, you don't want to overwork yourself. It's not really, there was a saying once, it's not really what you start with, it's having enough to finish. And so it may feel good, it may feel light, but at the same time, you still got to get all of it down. You got to get your gear off the mountain, you got to get your animal off the mountain. So don't overdo it just because the pack feels really good. I got to admit, it felt really good. I absolutely love it. So far, so good. But what I will say is this, I do want to spend some time on it. I do want to spend some time working on it, and then we're going to go to the mountains in just over a month. And so just over the month will be a really good life lesson on how really good this pack is in comparison to this guy. But I do like it. I do like that it stays up high and doesn't naturally gravitate to this thing here, constantly pushing down, especially in that lower lumbar. But anyways, regardless, guys, I do love y'all. Hope you found this interesting. If not, that's okay. We have more videos coming. I love y'all. Please like, subscribe. Holler at y'all later.